You would be amazed how often I hear couples say things like, the only time we have great sex is on holiday, or the only time that I can orgasm or have pain-free sex is on holiday. What's going on here is understanding your accelerators and your brakes. This next sexual skill is all about understanding libido or your sex drive, and understanding why libido changes and why it fluctuates so much throughout a life, and what to do to trigger your desire for sex and help each other and yourself get in the mood. So first, what is a sex drive? Sex drive or libido is so often the terms used to describe how often you desire sex. So someone with a high libido might desire sex more often than someone who says that they have a low libido or desires sex less often. But unlike other drives, like the drive for food or water, sex actually isn't a drive, it isn't a need, it's a desire. And it is a desire that it can either grow and flourish with the right time, context, and stimulus, or it can dip away when we stop prioritizing it, stop thinking about it, and stop wanting it. Fluctuations in our sex drive or in our desire for sex are inevitable throughout our lives. And this is what Emily Nagoski talks a lot about in her book, Come As You Are. And she talks about the dual control model for understanding libido, which is essentially like thinking of libido like a car. At any one point, we have certain things on our accelerator pedal and we have certain things on our brake pedal, and they are working against each other. And when there are more accelerators present, that is a point in time when we're more likely to have a high libido or be able to trigger our desire for sex. And if at any point we have more brakes present, that is when we're more likely to have a lower libido and find it more difficult to trigger our desire for sex. So what's happening when people have such amazing holiday sex is they are essentially leaving behind all of their brakes at home. So the stress at work, they're bickering about silly housework things and all of the stresses left behind. And they are bringing on holiday all of their accelerators. Incredible quality time, nice food, nice drink, moving their body, being in the sun every day, no stress, no time pressures, and hey presto, their desire for sex is back and they are able to connect. But no one wants to only be able to have great sex and intimacy for 1 week of the year on holiday. So it's all about how we can create holiday sex at home. And so I'd like to encourage the clients that I work with to create rituals almost, to create more intentional accelerators in your space and in your home. So what's an example of triggering your responsive desire? Well, for example, imagine you're sat on your laptop and you're working at the end of a work day and your partner comes over and starts kissing your neck and you're, oh, I'm just not in the mood for sex. Instead of reacting like that, what you could do is think, how could I trigger this responsive desire? Do I want to want sex? So for example, you could say, oh, give me 10 minutes. I've got to finish this email and respond to my, needy boss. I'm going to close my laptop and then I'm going to jump in the shower because I haven't showered all day. Give me a 10-minute head start and then come and join me with a glass of red wine. What you're doing there is you're noticing what your breaks are. You haven't showered all day, you feel disgusting, you're still working, you know that you'll be thinking about work when you have sex if you don't manage to finish it. You're feeling irritable and frustrated with your boss. And you're noticing what your accelerators might be. Jumping into a shower, feeling the warm water, giving yourself time to decompress after your work day, your partner's naked body, a glass of red wine, hey presto, the kiss that he just tried to do a second ago suddenly feels welcome. So this is about really understanding, what do I need when I don't want sex yet, I'm not in the mood yet, but I want to be. In your relationship, if one of you has a significantly higher sex drive or a significantly lower sex drive than the other, don't panic. This is so normal, and it is one of the main reasons that couples come to see me. But the first step is really learning how to lean forwards and hear and understand your partner's perspective on this so you can find your happy middle ground. Remember, sex looks different for everyone and it doesn't need to be about penetration. That's why pillow play is so good, because all of these games can actually be defined as sex in some ways. so you can get those sex, intimacy, connection, physical touch needs met in lots of different ways. These brakes and accelerators are different for everyone, so it's really important to take some time to reflect on yours. What turns you on? What gets you in the mood? What makes you feel confident? And what does the opposite? What takes you away from the moment? What distracts you? What hijacks the moment and gets you in your head? That's what the Brake and Accelerator quiz is all about, being able to see how well you really know each other, yourself and your partner, and learn skills like how to get in the mood, how to trigger your desire for sex. You can see how related this is to things like initiating sex as well, because when you know what each of you needs to trigger your desire for sex or to trigger your libido, you will initiate sex much more successfully. So instead of just doing a really lazy initiation like a butt grab in the kitchen or do you want to have sex tonight, you will know, actually, I know what my partner needs to be able to prioritize their accelerators and how to reduce those brakes.